Mod Mania for this week. It's all about none other than The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion.
You love that game.
Oh god, yeah, I love it. The voice acting is so kind of cheesy and funny. The gameplay is great. I love mucking around the world of Cyrodiil and fighting off monsters, doing quests for the Mages Guild or the Assassins Guild, etc. It's a fantastic game, and the soundtrack, mwah, molto ben. There are some pretty crazy mods that some people out in the world of the interwebs have created. This is one by Publick Gamer, and he created a very strange mod called Martin Septim Hates Ice Cream.
Oh, not ice cream.
Well, that took me by surprise. I mean, for one thing, okay, Martin Septim, that's supposed to be the alleged son of the Emperor, the estranged son. And the Emperor says, oh, I'm gonna die now. Be sure to find my son and use him and stop like Armageddon from happening and taking over the world. So, good luck. Bleh. What this guy has done, Publick Gamer, he has modded The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Martin Septim has now had a name change in this mod. Now he's called Martin Septim Pole Dancer Extraordinaire. So you talk to him and says, well, I saw you fighting off the Daedra monsters out there. Well done. And he's voiced by, what was it called? Sean Bean, so this is a terrible impression, I apologise. So, what are you after? And all the dialogue choices which are supposed to say, you know, you're the Emperor's son, come with me, instead have been replaced by one single choice which says, do you want some ice cream?
No.
And funnily enough, he says no. Then you go, I'll put a cherry on top. Then he screams, no! And then the dialogue sequence ends. And then a nearby Imperial guard rushes up to you and goes, stop! You violated the law! Since you lack the funds to pay the fine, it's off to jail. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Guess how much the fine is for harassing Martin Septim for not liking ice cream?
$20.
No, apparently you're charged over 1 billion gold coins. And this is supposed to be just some sort of middle-aged monk that you're offering ice cream to, and he yells no. Guard rushes up, arrests you, give you a 1 billion gold fine. And the only option, instead of, like, you know, resisting arrest and fighting back, or paying the fine, which you can't do, or going to jail, instead, there's just the choice to kill your character and just kind of get the game over sequence.
It's encouraging you just to restart the game.
Pretty much, yeah. Basically, you just choose that option, flop dead on the spot, maybe because you have a heart attack out of shock, I don't know. The guard laughs in your face when you choose it. He goes, ha 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 ha! You drop dead. The game over theme plays like dun dun dun, and the guard, for some reason, he looks over you and he goes very cheerfully, "This is why I love my job."
You make fun with ice cream.
The world of The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, I think they have some very, very, very stern laws against bullying and, you know, people with lactose intolerance, you know, things like that.
You know, if you're that passionate about that, I mean, it still doesn't make sense, but...
Obviously, yeah, it's a deliberately silly, dopey mod that someone made.
How could you not want ice cream, little prince?
Maybe he's just really, really boring, but the fact that is, you try and give him ice cream and yet your fine is over 1 billion gold or something, maybe more, maybe 1 trillion, I don't know, which, again...
dollars.
Which basically would bankrupt your character on the spot. And the fact that the guard laughs at you when your character dies and goes, this is why I love my job. This is one of the weirdest mods I've ever seen for Oblivion, because it doesn't really do anything aside from just pretty much kill your character on the spot. It's so stupid, but I love it so much, and I couldn't stop laughing at this one. Oh man, so that's Mod Mania in the bag, I guess, folks, called Martin Septim Hates Ice Cream for The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Well,
how could he?
You don't get mods like these days, do you? You just don't get them.
You had to go digging for them. You're welcome.
Gordon Freeman spoke in Half-Life for the PlayStation 2. At least that's what me and my brother thought. You see, Gordon Freeman is a silent protagonist. He uses his actions. He's supposed to be like an average, everyday, nerdy scientist with a power suit and a crowbar, and yet he goes around slaughtering loads of aliens and bad, nasty things in this top-secret research facility called Black Mesa. And like I say, he's supposed to say absolutely nothing, but me and my brother, we thought we heard him speak. In the PlayStation 2 mode, there was a co-op mode called Half-Life Decay, where you'd play as these two generic ladies. Me and my brother played it on the PlayStation 2 on split screen, had a crowbar in our hands, and we were talking to this random scientist guy in a wheelchair. He was like, hello there, ladies. It looks like some aliens are taking over the place. They're blowing us stuff up, and they're ripping out computers out of the walls, and they're eating my pie. Do something, ladies. We thought it was Gordon Freeman walking in, because we thought, he's got specs, he's got brown hair, he has a beard. It must be Gordon Freeman. Wow, let's see what he sounds like. Hello there, ladies. Well, how about we go down and find an escape route? It's a pretty lame voice. We thought, wait, this is Gordon Freeman? Nah, I don't like him. He's got a rubbish voice.
Stay silent.
Yeah, jeez. Just don't speak, please. And so we followed him, and in the next level where you go through like a tedious little training segment, and right at the start, it fades in, and you're standing in a lift with Gordon Freeman, the pseudo Freeman, talking to you, and he says things like, now, despite what the doctors have been telling us, we should be getting out here anytime soon, right about now. We didn't like him because he had a really rubbish voice, so we took it in turns hitting him with a crowbar, then shooting him with our guns.
That's just senseless violence, Jake.
It was funny, especially the noises he made when he was getting hurt and killed. Because he would die, then it would fade to black and say, don't shoot these innocent scientists who actually caused this monster outbreak in the first place. Okay. So you shoot him, fade to black, fades back in, and he's doing his little monologue about the aliens again. Anytime we would play it, the co-op mode for PlayStation 2 version of Half-Life, the sci-fi first-person shooter, anytime we played it, what would happen was it would fade in and goes, despite what the doctor, whoa! Despite what the doctor, I can't go on. Despite what the doctor, despite what the doctor, whoa!
You just won't stop dying!
Despite what the doctor, whoa! I can't go on. Despite what the doctor, despite what the doctor, whoa! It was just like the dumbest death noise I've ever heard. Just kill him all the time, fade to black, fade back in, start the segment again, and we couldn't stop ourselves because it's just the noise he was making when he's like getting hit in the face with a crowbar or shot in the ghoulies, and every time he just goes like, whoa, I can't go on. And let me just say, that's whoa! I knew you did a Crash Bandicoot voice, you cheeky. But whoa! Thing is, like I say, it's just a very weird kind of noise to make. Like, instead of going, I'm gonna trip over, whoa, oh dear, I can't go on. But no, it's just getting a shot in the ghoulies or hit in the face with a crowbar, like, whoa. I would so love to hear that voice implemented in other games. I mean, Hyper, if you could have that pseudo Gordon Freeman voice in any video game out there, what would it be?
Crash Bandicoot. Whoa!
Replace the whoa with whoa.
So what I'm thinking is, instead of Crash Bandicoot, have it be Coco. So it's like, whoa, whoa, wow, whoa, wow.
Personally, I would like to see a character like Duke Nukem have that voice.
Of course you would, Jake. Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I would love to hear Duke Nukem with that voice, have like, you rescue one of the babes from the evil aliens from outer space, and it's like, oh, thank you, Duke, you saved me, and wow, Duke, you're so big and strong. And then Duke turn around and go, well, thank you very much, young lady. Well, I do like to get muscles this way by lifting up my doctorate at least 100 times a minute. Oh god, is that what you sound like?
I'll be completely honest with you. When I heard of Duke Nukem, I honestly confused him with Johnny Bravo. I was like, whoa!
But I don't know, I think this Gordon Freeman, the pseudo Gordon Freeman voice would definitely suit Duke Nukem, talking like this and trying to chat to the ladies, Perhaps we might be able to go back to my house and we can talk about science. Where are you going? No, please come back, lady. Whoa, I can't go on. That was all about Half-Life Decay, the co-op mode for the sci-fi shooter Half-Life. And did Gordon Freeman actually speak? The usually silent protagonist? Short answer, probably not, but he looked like Gordon Freeman as far as I'm concerned to qualify.
Font. I don't know how you did it. You just said it in the clickbait font.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I'm good at shameless plugging after all, but yeah, as far as I'm concerned to qualify, that's good enough for me. I mean, he looked like Gordon Freeman, and he was a silent protagonist once, and he had a very silly, rubbish voice, so good enough for me.
Oh, man.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist!
Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done
Oh, I told you. Ho. What? Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games. This week, it's all about none other than The Elder Scrolls Redguard. It's an adventure game based in the Elder Scrolls universe where you play as a Redguard called Cyrus, and you're going around on a pirate ship. And, well, to be honest, it's nothing really memorable. I mean, it's janky, slow, it's boring, it plays a bit like Tomb Raider, but the combat system is a complete mess, the music is boring, the voice acting is atrocious, the list of problems go on and on. So, let's at least check out the voice acting samples first.
Azara said I could use this key to enter the catacombs. Hopefully the soul gem is there.
Wow, you could tell that he was really into his performance.
Wherever he was, it was far more interesting. There's a snake charmer in the background, and he's talking about the crystal. I wasn't even paying attention. That snake charmer had me charmed.
Kazara said that I had to do this and that with this key. I will take the key and go over there. Kazara also told me to stop talking out loud and narrating my life. I decided to walk away, thinking that was a dumb idea.
It says a lot how I got distracted by the snake charming music when he's talking about key plot points. I need to take the keys somewhere.
He sounds so bored with life, though. It's like he's heard that track a million times before, like, ugh. And now the music's playing again, and Kazara told me to take this key and do something with this and that, and then eat some cheese and shove a piece of bread up my nose and do something like that. Her. If he's going to be, like, narrating his life like that, do you think that there might be some stealth moments in the game where it's going to go like, he listens to people talking saying, yes, we will take this gold and take it to that place over there. Yes, we shall do that.
Gold.
It looks like they are taking that thing over there. I should probably go and stop them. Hey, did you hear someone talking to themselves out loud? Let's go check it out. Urgh.
He thinks to himself, he thinks to himself, no, a big hit, but it won't, no, you're rough, no.
No. And over again, just, no. They were having a sword fight, or they were getting shot at with arrows.
Okay, yes, it was the combat of the game. Combat in the Elder Scrolls Redguard in this adventure game, not as strong points. Like, I don't think it had any strong points, but anytime you hit someone, they would yell out the same lines like, he thinks to, no, affair, no, he thinks to, no, your luck has done, no, shut up, just go, ow, anything like that.
No.
Are you gonna say?
Out sound is the no backwards.
Imagine, for example, if I got in a fight in a video game hyper, and I made a character, and every time someone smacked him in the face, he went, no. You're gonna get a bit annoyed soon, I think. Unless, for example, say there was an accident at the workplace, and you could get some compensation or something like that, and then show a video of someone dropping a bucket on their head, and then yelling out loud, no! I don't know, I don't think it really sounds like someone's in pain.
No!
I swear, I've got to get that on soundbite now.
We're supposed to trade off. One of us watches for ships, then the other rings the bell to let people know.
What the heck was that about?
I need you to ring the bell! That I actually like that character. I don't even know why it's in bad voice acting. It should be in the other segment, good voice acting. I like him.
Dang right, sucker! That doesn't really sound like a normal kind of bloke. I mean, you're supposed to talk to this guy and say, what do you know about the maps in the area? What do you know about the ships? And then this guy, he just supposed to look like some any old crusty dude. He just goes, we're supposed to trade off, sucker! Go over there and, whatever. I don't know what this guy sounds like, but he sounds like he's on helium for one thing. That and also maybe just losing his mind just a little bit, probably getting a bit too senile, trying to sound cool for the kids, trying to put on a really hip and funky kind of voice, but failing really, really badly. That's my hypothesis.
You can try to spin this any way you like, Jake, but he sounded genuine, and it was unique. I loved him.
But that was not good voice acting. That was rubbish.
No, I will contest for him. You know I like to argue with you, and this is it. Unless you can convince me, show me something worse or better, then I can just say this wasn't entirely bad.
But that was rubbish. Do you really think someone's going to walk to you on the street and you go, excuse me, sir, could you tell me what time it is? Oh, yeah, sure thing, sir. It looks like the time's over here. Shik-a-dicka quack quack. What?
Quack quack?
Please stay away. Please, don't look at me.
Zara was part of the Restless League.
What?
Timing!
Yeah, that was actually good comedic timing. Just what?
Oh, jeez. I mean, not only was that what very lifeless and bored, but again, the timing of it all was just so delayed. It's like he was just kind of just picking his nose, like, oh, he said something. What?
That was funny. The dude at the start, he was absolutely awful, but
Zara did say that she was part of the Restless Dragon League. As you can tell, he's trying to do drama.
what?
What? Unless the guy's deaf, or maybe he's just, like I say, not paying attention. Or maybe he forgot his lines. Maybe he just kind of stood on the spot like, oh god, what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? Billy's supposed to say what? Oh, right.
What?
What?
I'm glad we... I'm glad we met, Redguard. I'm glad we met, Redguard.
Yeah, more combat snippets from The Elder Scrolls.
Waiting for him
Redguard.
to get that. That sounded like he was getting hit.
Well, yeah, that's combat in a nutshell for Redguard, and apparently when you get hit by a sword, they yell, aye, aye, aye.
It sounded like you were hitting him. You're like, aye, and then what did you do to him? Make him go, ah.
That's how he dies. What do you think he was doing? Giving him a foot rub or a back massage?
I don't know. It sounded like he just stabbed him 4 times, and then you decided to put some nice cream and give him a spa treatment, you know? Like give him a nice warm bath. It's like, ah.
That doesn't even sound like a sword fight, though. For one thing, it sounds like some sort of silly stock kung fu move, like... And I'm glad we met. Like, I'm glad we... He's trying to churn out that one sentence, but clearly the player's not letting him. And he's having to cut himself off, yell, aye, which is the most unconvincing death or pain or combat noise I've ever heard in a video game. And then restart his own sentence. And that death noise, that doesn't sound like someone who's just been, cut down in a duel between a pirate and an evil, corrupt governor or something like that.
No, it doesn't at all.
It sounds like he's just going to bed like, forget about this, I'm going to bed.
I know, a rascal's ass is stuck here till I fix this disruption.
What the heck was that?
That wasn't English.
That was just the pinnacle of bad voice acting.
Oh, pinnacle is a bit much, Jake. We've heard some atoms.
Yeah, we've heard some real doozies, that's for sure, but
this was not even English.
That sounded like some sort of mutated rat who grew sentience, learnt the English language, and started arguing to someone down the phone about someone called Erasmus or something like that. What the heck is going on? I do not know. So, that was all about none other than The Elder Scrolls Redguard bad voice acting in video games. Now, there were a lot of secrets for Mortal Kombat 2. The developers at Midway, they like to sneak them in and see if the players can start cracking them and finding the hints. I mean, for example, if you win 50 matches in a row, that's going to cost you a heck of a lot of cash. You can fight a secret fighter called Noob Saibot, who's like a pure black shadow kind of ninja. If you win 250 games of Mortal Kombat 2 in a row, and let me just say, you're going to be sinking into a lot of cash if you're going to be winning 250 games in a row.
An arcade machine, ain't it?
In an arcade machine of all things, which they deliberately made more difficult so you'd be sinking in more cash. Guess what's your reward, Hyper?
Takeshi's challenge style thing that just says amazing and then it ends the game?
That would be the ultimate slap on the face, but no. It's even better than that.
No, you can't top that, mate. Nah.
If you win 250 games, a message will pop up, and then it'll go dun 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 dun. There's some fantastic, awesome music play, and it'll say, "You have reached the outer limits of the tournament. Now you must face a challenge from your past." Dun dun dun. And then you play a game of none other than Pong.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Pong! That's your reward for sinking 250 games of Mortal Kombat 2. And I think you play until like 7 rounds, then you play again. Yeah, honest to God, you actually get a game of Pong as your reward, and it has Mortal Kombat sounds when it bounces off the paddles, and then if it falls past you, you hear Toasty as your signifier that you've got a goal. I mean, Hyperion, if we could actually package this Mortal Kombat Pong mode as an exciting kind of addition to the game, how would you do it?
Oh, so it's got to be about Pong, does it?
Well, considering that's what you get if you play 250 games of Mortal Kombat 2, yeah.
Awful human being. I wouldn't put Pong as the reward for 250 games, which is the equivalent of a couple $100 probably.
You're probably right. But personally, to be honest, I would start making like my own little really serious plot around this and have some crazy narrations, turn it into a TV show. You know, just get something like, dun 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 dun, I am Lord Raiden, and I am here to take you, warriors of the Mortal Kombat tournament, to the outer realms of this world, as we fight in a realm where Shao Kahn has no influence over you. Really? Wow, tell us more, Raiden. Let's play a game of Pong. Do, do, do. I just have like maybe 20 minutes of Pong gameplay, and then have like, you know, really energetic kind of narrations and the like, you know, just have do. My God, Johnny Cage, you must swing the Pong battle upwards. I can do it, Lord Raiden. All right, then let's swing it upwards.
And then Ryu shows up.
My God, Ryu from Street Fighter, what are you doing here? I'm come to challenge you to a game of Pong. What? You madman! You'll destroy us all! Check out this move. Here. Oh, I can't believe it. He's going to defeat us. None if I can help. Liu Kang, use your special attacks. All right, then. Take this. My God, you saved it. Yeah, so basically, you get the general gist of it. Just 25 minutes of overacting to a game of Pong and just have, like, faces of Mortal Kombat characters like, oh my God, he's gonna do that. Oh my, no.
I say it now that I think that's cruel, but if I were a game developer and I put my time and energy towards it, I would do something like that to the people that bought my game. Thought you were gonna have fun? Nah, mate, nah. We're gonna make you play Pong.
Since the beginning of time, a great and evil power has just risen. Now, it looks like the warriors of Mortal Kombat will star in this grand new tournament as they paddle a small pixelated ball to each other with white sticks. It's Mortal Kombat Pong. Dun-dun-dun. Whoa!
I would make the Pong thing a reality, but I would make the players play it by making it canon.
Oh, that you madman, Hyper, you madman.
Yes. It turns out the game of Pong you are playing, they are playing on like a real, I'm talking, they're playing on an Atari. And it's gone. And then they punch each other's lights out when they lose.
Oh, I hate you, Scorpion. Dun-dun-dun. Hey, that's cheating. Come on. No fighting in Mortal Kombat. Sorry, sir. Loser. So, well, that was all about Mortal Kombat 2 and the grand reward for getting 250 battles in a row, a game of Pong. And I really wish I was making this up, but no, that's what you get for sinking God knows how much money into that many games in a row.
Those sick game developers. Sick, twisted geniuses.
The 90s were truly a fun time. A fun, twisted, nasty time. Mod Mania for this week is all about none other than Max Payne. It's called the Max Payne Disco Mod.
Oh, yes.
Only fair that we play some disco music in the background. The Max Payne Disco Mod. For those who don't know, Max Payne is a third-person, noir-themed shooter. So it has like comic book style cutscenes. You can slow down time and just make some really slow, accurate shots, you know, John Woo style, very much inspired by Hard Boiled and again, film noir graphic novels and the like. Some crazy modders out there have actually made a disco-themed mod for Max Payne. Instead of, for example, you know, going through the subways and going through like these evil, nasty dens of bad guys and shooting these evil mafia men, you know, with the Boston accents. But in this mod, instead, Max Payne is rushing around using his dancing moves to beat up the enemies. Instead of like rushing in a pretty serious manner and getting, you know, like his pistols and shotguns, etc.
I just thought of something.
What's that?
He could literally dab on them haters.
Oh. I'm gonna be sick now. Hang on, bear with me.
Yeah, it's okay.
As Max Payne stylishly runs, like swinging his arms around in a pretty goofy way in this mod, instead of dressing up in his trademark leather jacket, and you've got to do like can-cans, you've got to do spin kicks, stand on one hand and swing your legs everywhere and beat up enemies that way. So use your dance moves to pacify the bad guys. Something I quite like is the health bar, which is supposed to be Max Payne kind of just standing there, just like a white silhouette. And once you take more damage, a little red bar will fill up gradually. You gotta take medicine to help ease the pain, of course. With the Max Payne Disco mod, instead it's actually him striking a John Travolta Saturday Night Fever kind of disco pose. You know, with one arm in the air, the other pointing downward like wha-cha.
Of course. Those are the moves I drop, mate.
Yeah, I don't think there could be a better health bar picture, quite honestly. And, you know, nothing much else to say about that, aside from just using disco moves in the Max Payne Disco mod to defeat your enemies. I can so imagine, like, you know, the comics book style cutscenes, just kind of getting Max Payne kind of swinging his arms around, like, instead of having, you know, the really ambient background music, like, dun, whoa, 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 do, 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 kind of playing in the background, just like, you know, just kind of like Funkalicious kind of maybe blaxploitation music playing in the background, and Max Payne's like, the angels of heaven were all crying on me at the same time while I was strutting my funky stuff down the streets like, and then I found Vinny Gagnini, that bad guy.
Johnny Bravo.
So, yeah, basically, just turn him into Johnny
Yes.
Bravo. Hello there, pretty much.
There's a headman in my house. Oh wait, hold it. It's only me. Johnny Bravo meets Max Payne.
Yes. Does have Max Payne slick up his hair even more, dye it blonde, he's strutting his funky stuff like, to defeat enemies, knock them down, you know, funkalicious kind of music.
And then Max Payne tries to team up with Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo's like, I was allowed to make the first move. Let me think about it. Okay, I've thought about it. That's a motor.
I think what Max needs to do to replenish health is to actually go to the ladies and go, and start flexing, flirting, etc. To top it all off, I think at the end, when he actually defeats the final boss, Max turns around and goes, hey Johnny, gotta do one thing. You're right there, Max. Do the monkey with me. Just that kind of swinging, doing the monkey, while funky kind of music, Victoria's music plays in the background. That would be mint. A Max Payne disco mod with Johnny Bravo, as you strongly implied, Hyper.
Welcome to the Court of Love. Justices Johnny and Max presiding.
It's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. So that was all about the Max Payne disco mod.
What?
I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist!
Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio?
I have done all.
I told you. Ho.
What? Yeah.
This week, it's all about a game called Syphon Filter 2. Now, this was a game for the 90s, PlayStation 1 game, very popular series for the time, where you're going around trying to stop the government from releasing a virus and save the world, playing as some super spy dudes called Gabe Logan and secret agent Lian Zay, or Xian Mei, or Shushashi, Shishashu, Shush...
Chance, you got the transponder locator?
Yeah, it's right here. Damn, it's easy to get lost up here.
I know.
I love how cheery Gabe Logan sounded then when he was like, Chance, my bestest buddy in the whole world. How are you? Hi, Gabe Logan. Yeah, it's really bad around here. Dang, it's cold. Yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah.
I think Gabe is like getting really too into it. Like, you know, he's kind of bouncing on the spot like, hey, do you want to eat some ice cream and talk about girls? No, Gabe, we gotta go and do the mission. I know. Wow. It just sounds too vibrant about it all. He's supposed to be relieved like, oh, Chance. Glad I saw you, mate. How do you get up here?
He is that childhood innocence.
Yeah, it's like he's just started the first ever mission. Wow, it's going to be so great. Me and my bestest buddy, Chance. I just love how he says it, though. Just like, Chance. And of course, Chance sounds... Chance. And of course, Chance sounds as bored as ever. Just like, oh, God, it's Gabe again. Hello, Gabe. Yeah, this is a really good mission. Whatever, can I go home now? He's clearly sick of life and everything within it.
You have 3 days. If I don't have it by then, there may be a leak to your American press.
I'm not sure what that is, but that might be Russian.
That was an accent, wasn't it?
Oh God, that was rubbish. Oh man.
It was a mix between something. Like you gotta feel bad for anyone that even remotely sounds like that.
I think that was like a mix between exaggerated Cockney English and Russian, maybe with a splash of Iraqi. I don't know. I really
like that in a video game. Please re-record. I don't know how to say that to you. Or the director's drunk. One of the two.
Maybe so. You had 3 days to record the American press. Yeah. Could you repeat the part when you said the things? The things.
Recently.
I tell you, I will call you a American press, and I will get you. I am acting. I mean acting.
There it is.
I swear, I'm gonna play like a little sound jingle anytime I say I am acting. I mean acting.
The SVR is not under my control any more than Romer's terrorist war.
Enough.
He has a sister.
Enough. Stop it. That was terrible.
Like a very high-pitched Batman.
You can't act. Stop it. It's rubbish. And even then, I'm getting vibes from that guy who said enough. I'm getting vibes from Hercules New York. That's a really awful Arnold Schwarzenegger movie when Arnold Schwarzenegger as Hercules, he flies by a window and there's a lady there kind of sitting there like dum-de-dum-de-dum. He looks out the window, sees Arnie kind of waving at her, smiling with a goofy grin, goes, I just saw a man. Just have someone stand by here like, you should calm down, otherwise I should tell the American press. Enough.
I'm wearing full body armor, Gabe. You can't hurt me.
Cheers.
Let's dance!
Cheers.
Again, he can't say that name properly. It's just, I am wearing foolproof body armor, Gabe. You cannot kill me, nod and smile. All right, I am going to kill ye. I mean you. Sorry, I can't read the lines.
That guy is the best character, just cheers.
Oh yeah, you're a bad guy. I'm supposed to be sad. But I'm just glad that my bestest buddy in the whole world, Chance, is okay. I just can't get enough of saying Chance. And of course, you know, the final big line to start off the final boss battle. Let's dance. Yeah. It sounds like Joey from Yu-Gi-Oh. Let's dance, Yugi.
And walking here, let's dance.
Let's dance, Chance.
There's been an explosion. Logan, all of you, go help finish them.
Sir, the explosive.
I'll take care of them. Get moving.
Thank you for the clarification there, guys.
Guys, we have explosives. Sensu beam.
There's been an explosion. You don't say. I wonder what gave that away. Have a cookie. Oh boy. But sir, the explosion. I'll take care of it. It's Logan. Get out of here. Over there.
Let's run towards the explosion, sir.
Okay then, so that was bad voice acting in video games, all about none other than Syphon Filter 2. A great PlayStation game, a great third-person shooter, but just not very good voice acting, far from it. Now this week's strange game of the week is Wolfenstein 3D for the Super Nintendo? What's so strange about this game, I hear you say? Hyper, you know of Nintendo and their family-friendly image, right?
Of course.
They pulled a bit of an odd one with the Wolfenstein 3D port for the Super Nintendo back in the 90s, back in 1995 to be more specific. The game is pretty notorious because of its strong censorship of Wolfenstein 3D. Now, for those who don't know, Wolfenstein 3D, you're going through various mazes of Castle Wolfenstein as Super Soldier B.J. Blazkowicz, and you've been sent off to kill none other than Hister, otherwise known as Der Führer, otherwise known as Der Stadtmeister. And yeah, as we all know, he rose into power in 1933 and popularized the the bad guys. Yeah, you can tell how horribly censored this game is. They've even removed all the World War II references. This is a World War II game, and they don't even say it's a World War II game. There's no references to it at all.
It's just a game about people very angry about something. We don't know what they're angry about, okay? They're just angry, and they want to fight.
with the Wolfenstein 3D Super Nintendo port, all the blood, the gore, and the references to the Wehrmacht have been removed, because that caught quite a bit of controversy back in the early 90s for the original game. Like I say, being controversial, Nintendo wanted to avoid that bullet and kind of just remove anything that was, that might have been not kid-friendly. Even the fact that it's a war game, but we can't even mention the fact that it's a war game. World War II, as you do, okay.
They just throw oranges at each other.
Might as well, I mean, you know who, the big bad guy, and his, his trademark toothbrush moustache. Well, that's been removed as well, so that way you know that you're not mixing up this Hister guy with another certain gent who sounds a bit like that. But of course, that's totally not the same guy. Totally not the same guy in the Wolfenstein 3D Super Nintendo port. For one thing, all the Jerrys that you're fighting, they all fall over and they speak in fluent English, so it's like, halt! Ugh! Yeah, I am German, and I'm going to kill you! Die, American bad guy. Oh, arg! I am falling over. I'm knocked out.
Dead!
Nah, since they removed all the gore and blood and things like that, it means they just fall over like, oh! Because...
So why did Nintendo do this? Like...
I think it's...
What was the point of releasing this not game?
Because, I guess they wanted to keep it the family-friendly image, they didn't want to, start getting any controversy. They wanted to keep sales up by making it accessible for everyone, or at least a wide amount of people.
That's a very double negative thing to do. Well, you throw sticks at each other and you don't get hurt.
Crazily enough, they've even censored the words health and ammo. They changed it to shot and HP. Yeah, they really went all out with its censorship. I mean, it's not all bad.
Like how they've censored health to
Yeah,
health
they censored
points.
health, because that would imply you die. No, if you get shot by the evil Wehrmacht, you just fall over and go, oh, darn. Alright, guys, I'll walk back to the start and try again. Okay, then, American. Have fun. Oh, you little rascals. Okay, Hyperion, if we could butcher Wolfenstein 3D, the Super Nintendo Super Censored version, any further, how would you do it?
I would give all of the opposing team, again, not oranges this time, they get marshmallow shooters, you just... Like, marshmallow guns, like you pump them up and then you shoot marshmallows. Yeah, that is the most amount of pain you will suffer in this game.
It's like, ooh, ah, oh, arg.
I got one.
What's that?
I reckon that both sides should have a class-based system of DPS, defense, tank, and support heroes. They should have teams of 6 where they capture a point or escort a payload. And they should all have different kinds of personalities and different things they can bring to the team. There should be a
get out. We're not turning this into Overwatch. We've got a super
we gotta turn it into something better, Jay.
I understand that, man. We gotta super censor the Super Nintendo Wolfenstein 3D version, though. It's already censored beyond belief, but I mean, I can imagine how ridiculous we can go with the censorship with this. I mean,
you asked me to make it better. I made it better.
I'm certainly not hyped for any of the VR games. A, I'm poor, and B, it's VR. Who wants Skyrim on VR? That's been released like 20 times already. It's going to be released on frickin' toasters at this rate.
Back in the day, everything had to be 3D, and now everything has to be VR.
Yeah.
Like, make the good games VR.
Do we need Skyrim on VR? Well, Todd Howard is, of course, going to say, well, yes. Creator of the Elder Scrolls series. He's going to start getting, like, planes flying them around in the sky and getting big borders kind of flapping off saying, buy Skyrim already! He's going to backwards compatibility port them to the Game Boy. I think Todd Howard is just going to take Skyrim and turn it into like some sort of reason to start some sort of global apocalypse empire war and start an empire, call it Skyrim, and just say, he's going to be marching around in like some sort of big dictatorial outfit and he's going to say, hello everyone, I'm Todd Howard, and what we're going to do is we're going to make the whole world by Skyrim, and we're going to pour it into everything.
If he has any kind of class, he'll treat it like he's the Emperor from the Emperor's New Groove. He's going to treat himself like Cusco, just like, you didn't release the Skyrim game, you threw off my groove.
I'm sorry, but you threw off Todd Howard's groove. Sorry. You were saying, what's that game? Skyrim! Did
Wait, there are other games? Of course there's not! Skyrim!
Don't you know it's the best port in the world, Skyrim? Is it hip or what? I swear, that's why like people, just like IGN, kind of like a little IGN reviewer dancing around with a microphone going, Skyrim, don't you know it's the greatest game in the world, Skyrim? And then Todd Howard's going to
kick... After the 10th release, we can successfully say we've covered all the Skyrim. But Skyrim!
Todd Howard's going to kick me out the door to like E3, he's going to kick it down and go, ha! Another port, baby! And everyone's going to turn around like, oh, great, he's back.
Yes, that needs to happen. Just kick out the door. A port, baby!
Oh, man. Jeez, Todd Howard, you stop porting Skyrim. No one cares about it. No one wants it on VR anyway. We've already got it on Switch. Oh, man. Oh,
I appreciate the effort, but please move on.
I swear. Oh, Fable just had to trigger me. Elder Scrolls 6 comes. They call it Skyrim 2.
Yes, Skyrim 2.
Why? Don't... Trigger alert!
It's easy to trigger a Skyrim player. Just say Skyrim 2.
I don't even like Skyrim. I love Oblivion. After all, Oblivion has the Imperial Guards and fantastic discussions about mud crabs. I've heard others say the same. You too, and nonsensical dialogue like that. So yeah, Wolfenstein 3D. That was a great game for the time, back in the early 90s, and quite controversial, but a landmark game for the first-person shooter genre. In any case, so, you fight the Jerrys in Wolfenstein 3D. It's a World War II game, and if you get spotted by some of the guards, the Wehrmacht, they're going to start yelling at you in German. The problem is, though, the audio, it's not the greatest. You're getting guards coming after you, shooting their handguns at you, saying, Achtung! Achtung! And you think, okay, that's German, but the thing is, in-game, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like, Achtung! Achtung!
Echo, kind of boxy.
Yeah, just, really compressed, low-quality stuff. People, all the fans of Wolfenstein 3D thought that the Jerrys were yelling, hot dog! Hot dog! Every time they spot you.
That's an interesting... I'd like to imagine that is how they said it. That's funny.
Yeah, I can't get over that little factoid either, but it is true. Back during the early 90s, when Wolfenstein 3D was released, fans all over the world went to the forums online, and they actually thought that instead of the Wehrmacht coming after you, all the nasty guards roaming around Castle Wolfenstein, running after you going, Achtung, which means attention, attention! Instead, they actually thought they were saying hot dog, because the audio quality was that poor.
They were hungry.
Hot dog? Maybe they were like clicking their feet like, hot dog, it looks like I'm gonna take down some bad guy Americans. Take that.
Oh boy, yeah.
I can so imagine like a really campy 90s movie. I mean, speaking of camp, the SS troopers in Wolfenstein 3D, when you spot them, they got their MP40s, so, they're going to take you down pretty quick. When you spot them, they go, Stuhlstaffel, which is basically what the SS is called. It's like me coming up saying, Cyberden. Was that, yeah, you run the Cyberden, Jake, yeah. Or you, Hyperion, if you were a guard. It's like you saying, Australia, every time you spot a bad guy.
Well, I think it's not quite... I think that's actually quite accurate, because from what I can tell, and this is just from my small part of the world, we just imagine, like, you go to war, America!
Well, I guess so, but then again...
That's your battle cry.
Getting a guard come after you and go, Stuhlstaffel, as if to say, yeah, I'm one of the top guards now. So the SS troopers in Wolfenstein 3D, not only do they yell Stuhlstaffel, which is basically what they are, they also dress up in big, bright blue jumpsuits, and they're about 9-10 foot tall.
That's too tall.
Ever come across a bad guy security guard in a video game where the guards were quite literally 9 foot tall and they're bonking their heads on the roofs of the labyrinths of Castle Wolfenstein? You ever played a game that was like that? Because I don't know, I didn't think so. Well, I still don't get a game that was I wouldn't say semi-based on realism. This is a game where you touch dog food with your feet and that gives you 4% health.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, and also mutants and zombies, but no one cares about that in Wolfenstein. In any case, so balmy stuff. Again, I just really wanted like a Wolfenstein 3D movie. I wanted it to be like as camp as possible, like Hey there, you American, I am a German bad guy, I'm going to shoot you. And have some really lame, cheesy pop music from the 80s kind of play in the background, like as the hero BJ Blazkowicz is shooting down evil Wehrmacht soldiers or something like that in this great
Honestly,
game.
if I could, I would have them pull their weapons out of their lagers of beer. You know how they got those big mugs?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
go, oh, yes!
Oh.
And they're massively long.
Oktoberfest! I think we should just get the American soldier played something like, for a Wolfenstein movie, make it cheesy as possible, make it 90s as possible. Just get Arnold Schwarzenegger and say, yeah, I am American. Let us take down some Wehrmacht. Dylan, you son of a...
Yeah, we can't say that, but you know what I was going for. Just hold it for as long as possible.
Just try and do like an arm wrestling contest with the big bad guy of the Wehrmacht. Go, what's the matter? Push too many pencils?
I love my stogies.
I am American because I have cigars and big machine guns. Yeah, let us take down Castle Wolfenstein. Yeah, let us do this. And again, credits roll and cheesy 80s pop music plays like you just defeated the Wehrmacht, World War II is saved, go America, down!
Bald eagle flies overhead as the waves crash against a sunset.
I can't do an eagle noise. Ah! That's one way to do it.
No, that was as close as I could get to it.
Hey look everyone, I'm an eagle.
Now.
Ah! That's like a person falling off a cliff going, ah! What a beautiful, majestic creature. That is all about Wolfenstein 3D and the goofy content inside of that.
Oh yeah, that one.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio? I have done all I told you. Ho! What? Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week is all about none other than, once again, another batch of Resident Evil voice samples.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum.
It was the most underwhelming poisoning I've ever heard. I need the anti-poison stuff, please. Like even I'm doing a better job of that. Come on,
Ooh.
put some soul into it. You're dying, woman.
Arg! Ooh, I have been poisoned by a poisonous snake. Venomous. Oh, sorry, Hyperion. Venomous snake. Arg!
I'm glad you said it before I did. Thank you. You're learning, see?
I just wanted to trigger you, that's why, Sunshine. But in any case, yeah, I'm just thinking, Jill, who are you talking to? Keeping in mind, she just stumbled out of the room and she's not talking to anyone, but just like, give me serum!
Oh, she's not actually talking to anyone.
No, just like yelling it out loud.
Better.
Give me serum already! Oh wait, I've got to do it. Oh yeah. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. And Duelist wrote in and said that she doesn't sound like she's even, doesn't sound like she's even bothering. Give me the serum. I don't really want it. It really sucks. It's lame. I don't
Give me
like
the serum. You know, if you have time. If you don't, that's fine too.
I told you, don't worry. I'll just go and get some fresh air and be eaten by a monster.
Very matter of fact.
Did Barry Burton just have like an emo moment there or something?
Yeah, he's just like, oh, fine, I guess I'll go die then, eh?
Get eaten by a monster!
It wasn't my choice.
Crawling in my skin, these wounds will never heal. I swear Barry's going to be walking around like, he's going to dress up in black leather, he's going to dye his hair and kind of gel it one way, and he's going to be walking around like, oh, Jill, I don't care anymore, I'm going to go to my room, you don't understand me, I'll just go outside and be eaten by a monster.
I just died.
That was not a bad thing to me, Jill. I swear, this sounds like the most depressing version of bad voice acting in video games to date so far. Everyone sounds so mopey and depressed.
How would the director go about that? I need you to die more enthusiastically. Okay, then. Oh, boy, I'm ready to go. Aha!
Well, that's good enough for me. We clearly don't have the experience or brain power for this stuff. But no, Barry's supposed to be like, Barry, are you okay? I told you, Jill, don't worry. I'm just gonna go outside and beaten by a monster. Oh, I can just imagine, like, Barry quickly turning around very suddenly, trying to spook her out, waving his hands, jazz hands, like, beaten by a monster. Oh, Barry, no, that's scary. Stop it. Oh, sorry, Jill. I just like to scare people. No, seriously, Barry, that wasn't scary. And stop having an emo moment.
He just wants to be scary.
There's a reason why I like to call Barry dodgy. He is just a little bit dodgy, if you think about it. But I'm still picturing now. Someone make some fan art of Barry Burton dressed up as an emo with like white face paint and the black curled up hair. Just like a teenage protagonist from like Sword Art Online or some sort of emo teenager show like that.
Sword Art Online.
All right, let's keep playing the samples because they're gonna get worse.
I'm sorry, Jill.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Sorry. I was really careless.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Sorry. Really careless. I think that all the voice actors are just having a bad day is all. I think just like kind of voice actor Resident Evil again. Great.
You reckon the director would fund a day to the water park? That always cheers me up.
I don't know. If they don't have enough money to afford maybe like a second take on all of these lines since they suck so much, I doubt that. They'll probably just throw them in the pond outside and say, cheer up already. Now voice act. In any case, it sounds like Barry's just like a pouty 12-year-old who just stole a cookie out of the cookie jar, and Jill's like, I didn't know that was going to happen, Barry. Sorry, Jill. I'm really sad. I won't do it ever. Ooh. Barry,
again.
Shut up. Duelist makes a good point. He says they picked up some voice actors off the street. Very possible indeed. Maybe that's how Lord Daedrith got half of his voice actors for his online abridged series. Oh, my dog!
Now you're insulting me!
I say half. You never know. He might not be listening in, so therefore he can't get offended. Right?
All right.
Okay. Yeah, Lord Daedrith, he's kind of stumbling around like, huh? What's happened? No, nothing. We'll just move on. We didn't make a joke. But, let's move on.
No, you made the joke.
You guys are idiots. No one understands its real value.
Keeping in mind, right, this is a scene when Albert Wesker is saying, yes, I have been doing this and that, and I am the big bad guy, and I have a big monster which will become the ultimate bioweapon, and it's gonna be some really cool stuff. What? That's mean. You guys are idiots. You don't understand the potential. Why do they sound so sassy?
He does sound like such a stuck-up pretty boy, just like, you couldn't possibly understand the potential of these crystals.
He does sound pretty stuck up and prissy about it, like, well, you guys are idiots. You clearly don't know the intelligence about this. You clearly don't really understand. Only smart people understand why I've got the ultimate bioweapon, not like you goody two-shoes. You're idiots. Cha. This sounds like a Rick and Morty fan going on saying, well, clearly you don't understand the humor behind Rick and Morty. It's so advanced.
No, you gotta have the guy go, oh, yes, the crystals you can possibly understand.
Well, you STARS members can possibly understand why we have an ultimate bioweapon, poopy head.
Rick and Morty is tough to understand.
You don't understand. You guys are idiots. What? How dare you? I swear that...
Just take a look at this.
I swear that's like gotta be that major jab, that verbal jab that cuts them down. Just, you guys are idiots.
What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature.
Maybe by this creature.
Maybe by this creature that...
You know what? Maybe it was by the creature. Good job, Sally.
Maybe by this creature that I most definitely saw eating the body of Kenneth earlier. Maybe that killed him.
Maybe? Like, no, my deduction skills aren't exactly out of this world, are they?
Jill!
Come on, 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick math, come on.
You saw the zombie eat the body of Kenneth, and you're like, maybe this killed him! Put 2 and 2 together, Jill! You're making 37 right about now! And Barry, of course, Barry's just stumbled across like he's just found a little dirty puppy. Like, what is this? It's the cutest little devil I've ever seen. No, but Barry, the monster, it might have killed Kenneth. Oh, darn.
Oh, my. It looks like it committed another murder. We gotta spray it with the bottle again.
And I do think she's sounding a little bit like Krillin from Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Senzu Bean!
Senzu Bean! Oh, Barry, I found another person! Maybe he was killed by this creature! But that would be good voice acting compared to these nitwits who actually voice acted Resident Evil.
Compared to this, yes.
What is this? Oh, that's so hilarious. Barry, someone's dead! Yeah. Right, let's keep the ball rolling.
Forgive me, Jill. My God!
That is the best.
It was mostly the dying sound that did it for me there.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, this is supposed to be a very sad moment when Barry, if depending on your actions, if Barry dies and he's like, "Forgive me, Jill," and you think, "Oh my god, Barry's dead," and he's like one of the greatest companions ever. Then Chris walks in like, "My God!" Thanks, Chris. My God! Oh, Chris, this is supposed to be a serious moment, and even then, that dying noise was just like, "Forgive me, Jill." Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Jill. I thought I was going to die. Sorry. It was just a poor throat. It was just a bad throat. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna die now. Blarg. Dun, dun, dun. My God! Chris, shut up. Nothing you say sounds normal.
But there was at least one iota of emotion.
Well, okay, Barry tried. Chris tried. They actually made some effort. There was actually some emotion, but it was so over the top. Just, dude, my God. Oh God, I need this splice in a really serious movie. Get something like, I don't know, I need a serious movie to like Citizen Kane. Let's get something like Citizen Kane, where, you know, he's like, Rosebud, and just have a butler walk in like, dude, my God, Mr. Kane!
Who's gonna sign my paycheck?
Oh, darn it. Okay, let's play that one more time because, yeah, people are dying of laughter. They're ranting into me and they're all dying of laughter at how poor that was.
Forgive me, Jill. My God! My God!
Why were we putting more effort into it?
I don't know.
We're going, oh my God! But then he's like, my God.
We're not even trying it yet, we're doing a better job.
I know.
There's only one thing. There is only one reason behind that. We're better voice actors. We're that great, Hyper. Yeah.
See? They didn't pick me up off the street, Jake!
Hey, I never said you did, and I never said Hikari did, or anyone like that. Sure. And I bet Daedrus listening to our fantastic voice acting samples, he's listening to us going, my God! And he's like, wow. Voice acting.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Wow. He's ranting in right now. He's saying, Jake and Hyperion, I am browning my pants at hearing your fantastic acting skills. Wow. Let me get some furniture. I need to faint on something. Oh, and he's typed all that.
How about you, Barry?
I have this.
Oh, this one. We've heard this one, mate.
Yeah. But how about you?
I have this.
How about you, Barry? I have this.
Put that into any context and you have got yourself a fitting description.
Oh, man. How about you, Barry? I have this.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most overly dramatic.
This.
The most overly dramatic way of presenting that you've got a magnum, you know, saying, it's really powerful, here's a gun. But Barry, what about you? Don't worry, Jill. I have this.
Yeah, you're right. But just take a look at this.
That's a different one.
But just take a look at
this.
Oh my god, what is that to say? What is there to say? That was quite possibly one of my favourite lines in video gaming in general.
It's my favourite one from the intro, and that is my favourite. Just take a look at this, Tommy. Just take a look. It is the finest Corinthian leather I have ever seen on this gun. Just take a look at this.
And that was supposed to be Barry showing to Jill that he's just stumbled across another body of his ally. It's Forrest, but no, instead of Jill, I've got a problem. He's dead. Dun-dun-dun-dun. No, it's just, but just take a look at this. It's like he's choking up. He's on the brink of choking up with so much shock that it sounds so robotic. Like, just take a look at this. All right, then. So that was bad voice acting, Resident Evil. I am so glad to be covering that again.
What? I've been waiting for you, friends.
I'm not leaving you behind!
Dr. Wowie.
I'm not a terrorist! Calm down!
Impossible!
Just take a look at this.
Oh no!
What's going on with that radio?
I have done all I told you. Ho! What?
Yeah.
Bad voice acting in video games for this week. It's all about none other than, once again, more Resident Evil.
Is that you, Jill?
How come you look so scared?
Look at this.
When you walk into a room and you're standing like 2 or 3 feet away, you can see them clearly. Would you really go, is that you, Jill? Barry, yes. Who the friggin' hell do you think it's gonna be?
He's long-sighted, man. He needs to make sure.
Is that you, Jill? Barry, I'm standing 3 feet away from you. I can't see, Jill. Where's my glasses?
No. He'll be like Patrick, is just like, SpongeBob, is that you? I can't see you. I can't hear you. It's too dark in here.
Barry's going to probably walk to a plant and say, don't worry, Jill. I'm going to talk to Captain Wesker. He'll help us out.
Quiet as always. I love it.
Barry, that's a plant. Shut up, Jill. He's thinking. That's okay, Wesker. Take your time.
It's okay. Take your time.
He's just staring at the plant with a big smile on his face like, you know, Wesker is taking a very long time to think up a plan here.
I like how he puts in all the effort in thinking for us.
That's why Barry's probably going to stumble into some sort of completely different area. He's going to stumble into something like some sort of burger restaurant and think, wow, this is a really big mansion. Are you going to order food or what? We've got a line of 50 people. They all want our fries. Wait, this isn't
just take a look at this.
As you can tell, he sounds really scared. Ooh, arg, scary.
Don't you say it, Barry. Take a look at this. You have a problem.
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Legit, when I heard that, I immediately thought Scooby-Doo and sound like Fred. Gee, gang, why didn't we find the body? I don't know, Fred. Maybe it's because we're a bunch of teenagers in a haunted house.
Maybe it's because we're all a bunch of idiots. Yeah, that sounds right, gang. But something's wrong with this house. Jill, you just walked away from a zombie eating your ally. Then Barry blew the zombie's head off. You've been going around slaughtering God knows how many zombies. And then you go up to Barry and go, well, something's wrong with this house, Barry.
It's just an average Saturday night for Barry. He's used to it.
But I think that when you see zombies walking around and eating the flesh of man, I think that's probably, I think it probably goes without saying that something is indeed wrong with this house.
Something's wrong with the house. It's a little bit drafty in here.
Something's wrong with this house. The air conditioner's out. Dogs are pooing all over the gardens. The paint, it smells really, really bad. Oh, and some zombies have been killing our allies. But no one cares about that, Jill.
Whoa. This hall is dangerous. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
I would love to see Barry Burton do like a Blue's Clues kind of kiddie show. Welcome to Barry's Clues. We've got to find the dog who has some clues. Let's try to find it first, shall we? What was the point of adding an emphasis on it? I understand that there may be a back door somewhere. It sounds like he's talking to a bunch of 6-year-olds, like a pantomime, like saying, "Come on, everyone, let's find the back door. We have to find it first. What's that, kids? Albert Wesker is behind me? Oh, no, he isn't. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, no, he isn't. Yes, he is, Barry. Seriously, turn around, you idiot." Yeah. I swear, this is pantomime acting. This is year 5 nativity play acting. I swear, you're going to get Barry Burton standing on stage, holding his arms out. He's going to be holding his arms out, and he's going to exclaim, "I'm a tree." Barry, you're not supposed to speak. Oh, yeah. I just love Barry Burton so much. And again, just
where's the back door? Dang it.
And also the fact that he goes, keeping in mind, when he's having a conversation with Jill, he's standing on the spot and he goes, "Whoa, this hallway's dangerous." What was the point of doing that, Barry? You're not moving at all. You're just standing on the spot. And then he just suddenly goes, "Whoa, this hallway's dangerous." You're not driving around in a little car. You're not stumbling around drunk, tripping over your own shadow like usual, Barry. You're just standing on the still, and yet you find it necessary just to exclaim, "Whoa, this hallway's dangerous, kids. Let's go, holding each other's hands. You never know if that meanie Albert Wesker's around. Remember, if you see Albert Wesker, say, 'Wesker, don't Wesk.'"
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Genius! Fantastic writing right there. Who needs games with writing like, I don't know, Bioshock? They say that's got good writing, or The Last of Us. They say that's good writing. My God, I'm just choking on how brilliant that was.
Oh, mate. They went through all the steps. They basically told a full story. They have a problem. They have a solution. They do the solution. And then as they're about to do a solution, they run into an issue.
How about going down to check? I have a rope here. I have to clarify that I have a rope here. Once again, he's sounding like he's talking to a bunch of 6-year-olds.
I just have to clarify. I can use the rope. Can you guys click on the rope?
That's right. I will climb down using the rope. Wait. Thanks, Barry. And the thing is, after he says, "Wait," there's like a very awkward 10-second pause of Barry tying the rope, pausing, then looking at Jill, and I'm thinking, so what is there to wait about, Barry? You could just say, "Oh, all right then, I'll tie it up." Or, "All right then, Jill, hold on tight." There we go.
He probably thought that she was just going to jump down with the rope attached to nothing. It's just like, yeah.
Wait.
You didn't fall very far from the tree now, did you?
Jill, wait. Oh.
I never learned how to read.
I didn't know how to read the script, so I made up all of it. I've written it myself, Jill. Why are you saying it doesn't sound natural? This is what all humans talk like Tommy Wiseau. Yes, let us go down using the rope, Barry. That is what a rope is used for. Smile and nod. Oh, right,
Oh, yes.
Wait.
I can do the human.
I am acting.
There it is. We had one to go, he got it.
It was Hyperion's favourite word. And wait.
I just happen to have a rope.
A rope here. Wait. Let's wrap it up then. So that was all about bad voice acting in video games. Resident Evil. There were a few little interesting tidbits in Fallout 3 that's really stuck out to me. I think a lot of people remember the fact that in Fallout 3 there are a few time jumps right at the start, part of the over-glorified tutorial mode. There was one little tidbit I remember from Fallout 3 called the G.O.A.T test, the Generalized Occupation Aptitude test, which you take, you take when your character is age 16, and then it decides what career you're going to have in the vault. You don't actually do the career because that would be boring. You escape the vault, and then you go out into the wasteland. Okay, so if we had the G.O.A.T test type, if we were given the G.O.A.T test from Fallout 3, okay, here's one of the questions they give you. They give you 10 questions. One of them is, there's an old guy, he's locked himself in his room again. You've been ordered to get him out. What are you gonna do? So you can either pick the lock, use a cherry bomb to blow off the door, get a laser pistol and blast the door open, or just forget it, let the old coot rot. Let's improvise it. Say that there was like a little box at the bottom which says add your own custom answer. What would it be?
We dig a hole to China, and then we dig back up, and we get into his room and pull him back.
But then again, you're going to have Donald Trump stick his head through and say, I'm afraid that you can't do that. You just dug your way to China!
But we need to go to China! I just like the way he says China. I'm not getting political, but it's China!
I'm going to send you back to where you came from. I'm going to send you back to the Mushroom Kingdom or wherever you came from, Iberian. I don't know where Australians come from. So you say, dig your way to China, and then dig your way back up into the room and save the old man. Do you think he would survive during that little trip?
That's not the point. You said I had to get into the room. I got into the room. Whether he survives after I pull him out is a question of fact.
He's got a point. Okay, so, how about this one? I think my favourite one has to be question 5 from the GOAT test, where it asks you, okay, so your granny asks you to come for some tea and cakes, then she gives you a pistol and she says, I want you to kill another Vault resident. Do you think granny knows best? Let's do this. Do you want to offer your most prized possession for the resident's life? Ask granny for a minigun instead? Because, you know, you don't want to miss. Or do you want to throw tea in granny's face?
Granny, what are you talking about? That's... What has she got against this person? It's like, I've known him for 50 years and he hasn't given me back my sandwich. I'm gonna kill him!
A hypothetical situation like that, I don't know, I'd go with, I'd probably throw tea in granny's face. I would actually... Any sort of problem in the GOAT test, I would solve by throwing tea in someone's face, because that is the most British way to solve a problem. So
that makes sense. Just throw tea in her face, just like they threw the tea into the ocean.
Say, for example, there's one that says, you find a young boy, he's cold and he's hungry, he doesn't know where he is, but he has a piece of stolen property. What would you do? I know what I'd do. I'd grab some tea and throw it in his face. It doubles up as a punishment, and people will hear the screams and go to the boy. Then there's one that says, okay, you join the Vault 101 baseball teams. What position do you prefer? Pitcher, catcher, designated hitter? Maybe you prefer football? No, I would just play the guy who runs up and throw tea in their face. I swear, that is the greatest answer to the GOAT test in Fallout 3. That is brilliant. I mean, if I could apply that to any sort of game out there...
That'll be your finish him.
Finish him. Ow! Fatality. Because it's overly British and it's completely and utterly hilarious if you're doing it to an old granny, just like Fallout 3 suggests. Okay, so how about the final one then, Hyperion, the final one. Question 10 is, who is indisputably the most important person in Vault 101, he who shelters us from the harshness of the atomic wasteland, and to whom we owe everything we have, including our lives? The answers are either the Overseer, the Overseer, the Overseer, or the Overseer.
Oh my. So we have to choose an answer, or do we have to make our own?
I'm going to choose the answer, the Overseer, after I throw my tea in his face. Sorry, I just love this answer. This is the best answer ever.
Oh, well, I would say the Overseer's assistant, because everyone knows the assistant gets things done. Hey there, military mama. I got tickets to the gun show.
2 tickets right here. Hey, do you have some spare tea? Oh, sure, why? Oh, one moment. Hey, Overseer, think fast! Oh, not again! Alright then, so that was all about none other than... Jeez, I don't even remember anymore. So I just got friggin' throwing tea in people's faces. Like I said,
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3, yes, Fallout 3, the GOAT test, and how awesome that was, because some of the answers were just so friggin' hilarious. I love it. For those who don't know, Left 4 Dead is an awesome game, and so is the sequel, which is like 10 times better, where you team up with 3 other people, and you gotta go around these maps, from point A to point B, fighting through hordes of zombies, and then these special infected types who are even tougher and have these crazy moves. You gotta kill all of them, and pretty much survive. You know, survival horror, fighting off hordes of zombies, grabbing whatever weapons you can, scavenging, trying to fortify your defenses here and there when the zombies invade. You gotta keep each other alive and use teamwork, because if you start running off alone, you're probably gonna die pretty quickly. If you work together, you may survive. Thing is, though, now, there were some pretty funny sounds that I discovered, and I thought that maybe we could play this fantastic scream noise. You know, of course, when enemies start surrounding you and start hitting you and you're losing health a lot, and when you're in really low health, instead of going, ooh, arg, you're going, ah, help, ah, you know, things like that. I found probably what is one of the weirdest death screams in the game. And someone just activated it while he was playing Left 4 Dead, while he was alive, and just completely took all his allies by surprise. It sounds like this. What the heck was that?
That sounds painful.
That did. I just love how you hear some background noises like one of the other characters going, ammo here! Just to kind of break the flow of things. But what on earth was that? Seriously.
It was someone dying ever so much. And I swear in the background he's gone, are you okay, man?
Are you okay?
Okay. If you need me, just let me know. Got bandages.
I think he might
juice and orange slices. You know, keep yourself hydrated.
I think he just stubbed his toe. I think maybe he was just thinking a really bad thought, like, oh god, I really need. In fact, no, Asanagi wrote in and said that he thought a chest burster from Aliens was not coming out of the chest, but maybe somewhere else. Maybe this character called Lewis, maybe he really desperately needed the toilet, but I don't know, that was like the greatest piece of overacting I have ever heard in a video game. I can just imagine the voice actor going into the voice acting cubicle and saying, okay, so what do you want me to do? Oh, well, you see, what you gotta do, right? This is a bit when all the enemies are kind of hitting you and beating you to death. You got really low health, so you gotta do a proper scream, you know, like, ah! To alert everyone that you're dying. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm on the right page. I know what you mean. Oh, okay. Well, over to you then. Take one, death scream, go.
That's definitely, yeah, I honest to goodness thought he's going, you okay, dude?
Seriously, I just love that scream because it's just fantastic overacting. It's not bad voice acting in video games, it's overacting in video games.
Man, he's dying, wouldn't you?
I could just imagine, well, sure, I mean, I could understand just going, ah, like that, but this guy just started doing like 5 or 6 screams. I could just imagine him sitting in the cubicle, just swinging his head around, staring at 5 or 6 different people with bloodshot eyes like, ah, wow. That was great! Let's put it in the video game! That was really authentic death screams! Oh, well, thank you. What can I say? I'm a very good voice actor. Yeah, we're sure you are. Anyway, let's not do a retake for that ever again. Let's play something else.
Literally anything else.
Literally anything! Anything at all. Car crash noises, fire. But by God, that was... I remember just hearing it for the first time in the game, and I just spluttered out my drink, and I couldn't stop laughing. It was the most out there noise I have ever heard in, let alone a zombie game, let alone just video games in general.
If you're dying, you die right, and he did it.
Definitely, he put heart and soul and various other body parts into it. I think maybe a few too many, but
he left a mark on it.
Certainly left a mark on my psyche, that's for sure. It's just psychologically haunting that. Well, in any case, that was all about the weirdest scream ever in Left 4 Dead. Well, that's something to tell the kids about.
No, it's nothing to tell the kids about. I'm just going to say, you got to be that dude in the background who's like, you okay, Kenny?
Are you okay? I've got some pie. Oh, great! I feel so much better now. Ooh, arg, ar. Ah, that's better. That's more authentic. All right, then. Let's get back to them songs, alright? Because otherwise we're going to get more people tuning in at the wrong time thinking, what the hell's going on here?